Yeah, I was trying to figure out how the fuck do I do like the what's it called, like the fucking traffic cards on TikTok, if that helps anything, because I'm streaming from OBS, and what I can figure out so far is that, I mean, like, I think doesn't work with like the regular stream monitor like this. But I don't know. I'm trying to basically read like like TikTok chat and everything at this point, and at the same time, then whatever fucking Instagram chat or whatnot. Give me a second. Let me just try something here. Give me a second. Okay, here it goes. Much better now. I can read all chats in here just for convenience. So there's that. Anyway, yeah. So welcome once again to like this entire. And by the way, I have to appeal the fucking stream again because, um, yeah. Okay, here it goes. Whatever. Uh, there you go. Sorted. Jesus, sweet. I don't understand fucking TikTok. I don't fucking understand it. What the fuck? I got gifts too for some reason or something. I think I'm not sure. That maybe that's a total coincidence in every stream or something like that. I don't. I have no fucking idea. Yeah. Anyway, so like, yeah, the basic gist of the streaming, not just on Twitch, but also on TikTok and yeah, I also basic list of it. I restream on Twitch, TikTok, Instagram. But the main reason why I restream on TikTok and Instagram is because I want to like bring like the viewers to Twitch. So maybe that works. I guess that's convenient. I guess I don't know. It's a bit fucking yeah. Yeah, yeah, that I'm on last stream or something like that. Yeah, that happened. It's I don't know. Well, whatever. What I'm going to basically do, what I'm going to basically do at this point is do another deep dive for today's afternoon in regards of why video essays suck. And I'm going to actually mean this because I think, considering that's a fact, a universal fact, in like in the terms of like, content or whatnot, is that slop predates AI. The conditions that made AI possible are the conditions that made slop possible. So like that's the thing about this whole entire thing. Also, happy birthday, Freya. if that counts as something, I guess. I don't know. Whatever. No, you're not muted. It's just that I'm trying to basically to focus on like every single chat here. At this point, I will recommend you to switch to Twitch on the URL that's on the screen right now because that's way better, I guess. Um, what the fuck was the? Oh Jesus! Mm, yeah, a second. Okay. Anyway, what was I saying? In the terms of like slop predates AI in like a way that like precedes the conditions that made AI possible. For like, I mean, what I'm basically saying here is that people like believe. Oh god damn it! The appeal on TikTok has been not approved. Ah well. Um, what the fuck is this? What the fuck is TikTok all about? But I don't know. Whatever. Um, you know, am I into scat? No. That's a fucking stupid question in a way. The fuck is that question even? Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's basically agreeable that nobody has like everyone has like not everyone has a reason to make a video essay beyond I like this game, like reciting like verbatim like points from Wikipedia, like constantly over and over again to the point of being redundant. And that's the problem I want to tackle about later in any way conceivable. Because I mean, quite frankly, most video essays today are considered like a complete slop. And what I mean by this is that, I mean, what I said in a reel or in TikTok video previously is that like a lot of like these video essays don't barely do research because nobody has fucking time. Nobody of these motherfuckers have time to read a fucking book at this point. So like the that's the basic gist of it, you know? Like, because even though if they like somehow make highlights of a book to make it seem like they did actual research and they actually read the book that they are researching on, um it's a bit silly because they end up like regurgitating points from Wikipedia or what's already been said on the internet. It's already kind of silly. Yeah, like exactly Spantic Gap. Like the conflict the video being long with it being good or well thought. That doesn't mean anything. Like, let's face it. I hate when like content like people on YouTube or whatnot tend to like are you wanting to pop play? Maybe? I don't know. Anyway, back to topic. Um like I hate when like people on YouTube tend to conflate the idea that any media form, that any art form whatsoever is, you know, content. Content is just giving yourself to a defeatism, to concede defeat, to like basically admit intellectual defeat to the systems that incentivize the easy content and like the easy digestible slop these platforms, because it's a way, even if you do it for ego boost, even if you do it for money or even if you do it for personal gain, doesn't matter. It's some sort of intellectual defeat of someone. Need a bit of like the whiteboard in a second, if you don't mind. In a second, main desktop. Let's do that. Okay. Do you like my Doom transition? Yeah, that my Doom wipe transition. So like, I mean, the systems I mean, what I basically mean here is when like you have like you have like a piece of video, right? Like some video or something. This video is conditioned, especially by the algorithm that basically conditions the video to be successful or even financially, successful or anything, or financially viable, whatever. Because, like, let's face it, a video that is like 10 hours will be more successful, even. Here's a fact, right? A video that is probably less than 10 minutes or like or something like that is not long enough, if it's got like a click-through rate of like, I don't know, probably above 4%, it will probably get recommended more. If let's see, okay, so 4% recommended rate will get more recommendations. Okay, if now sorry for the grammar here. More than 4%, less than 4%, a video will get not recommended. Because quite frankly, what YouTube is all about is about hooking the user itself into like the platform, so it generates more time, watch time, more ad revenue, more blah blah blah, that sort of shit, right? And like the thing is, when you put the systems in place, it doesn't matter what the quality of the video itself, even if it's like a 10-hour video, it doesn't matter what the quality of the video itself is. If the video is probably around 10 hours long, the problem is when when like people sit there and do nothing on the couch, like just basically watching passively the video. Like, imagine this is a person watching the TV on YouTube or something. It equals more engagement, because the watch time is how these videos get promoted. If a person, on the other hand, just comments anything, equals more engagement. Even if that if that's our comment says, oh, it's rage bait, oh, it's a garbage video, blah blah blah, it still feeds into the algorithmic value of this video, because it still gets like engagement enough to try to make it seem like the users are hooked up enough to the video or the platform itself to generate more ad revenue, or to the platform itself. That's what it matters at YouTube headquarters and everything, because more watch time equals more ad revenue and blah blah blah. That sort of shit. And that I'm gonna put it here basically. More watch time equals more ad rev. If you want to know what I mean, basically. That's the thing about it. I don't know. You're gonna see it or whatever. It's kind of whatever, I guess. You know, the thing about this is that for this mere reason, a lot of people on YouTube know this for some other convenient reason and just adapt their content like they're making their content as if they are specifically catered to the systemic, so like systems algorithms of YouTube itself and not like the audience itself. So like a lot of this, it involves like a lot of fucking algo speak, like it's saying something like analyze yourself instead of killing yourself or something like that, or like whatever it is, right? It all catered. It's like the videos catered to like the algorithm and the systems put in place by YouTube headquarters instead of the audience itself. And that's what I possibly mean about this, you know. So that's the thing about it. When that happens, when the audience is not catered to, even despite the audience passively watching while doing something else in the background, like drawing or doing some homework or whatever, I mean, it's not very useful for the audience. It's rather like it's a way to sort of like fill the check mark points to like and be so like profitable in the algorithm, and that's a gigantic problem. A lot of this content is made in a way that basically caters like the algorithm itself. And another problem I have with it, another problem that exists with this entire thing, is that I mean I mean, any art form that exists on the planet is made to challenge my pre-existing viewpoints or opinions or conceptions of reality. Even I don't think it's very useful when a piece of media agrees with me 100% and everything and doesn't challenge my viewpoints on anything. I think I find it a little bit fucking useless that way. And like what these video essays tend to do, especially, is so like coddle you, so like kind of like coddle you instant, like a piece you try to make validate you in some like basically what's the fucking word? Oh Jesus, um, so like flatter you, exactly, like to flatter you constantly to make you seem like you're smarter than you actually are. So like that's a gigantic problem as well. And if anything, it's very very dire, honestly. I mean, that's the problem here. If anything if anything another gigantic problem I got like this with this video essay is that I mean the pre-existing problems with the modern debate landscape. Like I mean, everything is so designed to like so like a make yourself look like you're the fucking winner of an argument or something, while it shouldn't be the reality. I still consider discussing a topic and exchanging viewpoints in order to contrast your viewpoints with somebody else and engage in like a higher level of so like intellectual engagement with someone and understand and challenging your viewpoints in some way or another with someone else is better than this ecosystem, because I think the modern debate ecosystem has done a lot of damage on these sorts of things as well. Like for instance, I don't why the fuck does it even seem like tons of fucking video essays need to honestly seem like they need to prove themselves right on anything. I mean, one thing is sounding verbally intelligent, right? But like what you're talking about, being verbally like coherent, not just coherent, but like verbally versatile in some way or another to like make it seem like you understand the concept. Another thing is being intellectual itself. And like a general problem, I think this is much more to fill a lot of watch time instead of like actually sound more intelligent. Because a problem that I find in a lot of these is that they seem to like do a thesaurus of like typical words that are more effective to say in a video or whatever, rather than basically just fucking doing pedantic shit. Compare this, right? One thing is you gotta say things effectively, if like anything. The William Shakespeare once said, "Brevity is the soul of the wit." In basic layman's words, it means stop wasting my time, dipshit. And a lot of what these people do is just waste your fucking time with useless fucking nonsense words that sound intellectual, but like don't mean anything valuable compared to like the words they intend to use originally, instead of like thesaurus shit. And that's what I probably mean, you know? I don't know. I need a drink. I need a drink. I realize I might get that my throat is getting sore. Maybe dinner is ready. Probably. I'm not sure. I'm gonna be back. I'm gonna be right back in 5 minutes. I've been talking for too much. My throat is fucking dry. I'll see you in 5 minutes. I'll be right back. There you go. Mute. Hey, guess what? I got my dinner on stream. Look at this. Nice chicken tendies and some fries. Because I'm a pretty princess. I got pretty princess points. No, that's like the usual dinner from every Sunday or whatever it is. Hmm. I'm gonna tell you a story, right? I'm gonna tell you a story. It's like when I was maybe in the coattail of me being in the alt right or whatever, like the coattail end of it around, I don't know, 2020 or something like that, right? 2020, 2021 or something, when I was about to like hop in from get out of the alt right or whatever. I remember watching like a lot of H. Bomber guy videos and like philosophy tube videos and that sort. And what I found is that those videos help me challenge my pre-existing concepts and viewpoints when I was in the alt-right. And videos like that are more helpful than the video essay slop that we see these fucking days, in a way. Because quite frankly, what a lot of these video essays, which are mostly neutral, or like most talking points, whatever, or follow like the corporate censor type of like narrative going on, they tend to like basically do absolutely nothing useful to change the viewpoints of anyone. They just seem to like coddle someone into thinking they're already smart and they're already good and they're already nice. They're already right about everything. That sort of shit. It's the same what happens when like H. Bloomberg guy said at one point. It's the same what happens when like with like the alt-right videos about climate change from the what's it called, the Steven Crowder show, or like Ben Shapiro. They don't exist to like challenge your viewpoints and turn you into their dark side or whatever, or like turn the normies into the dark side. They mostly exist to validate and constantly coddle the pre-existing conceptions of like the people who already follow them blindly. And that's like a problem that also exists with video essays today in any shape or form. It's like even a video essay about, I don't know, a show that you like, or that about like, oh, racism is existing on SpongeBob or whatever. They exist like that. It's just to validate whatever fucking bonkers opinions and conceptions a person has about anything, or any piece of media, or anything really, or even politics. You know, it's ridiculous. Uh, mm. A video that is on YouTube should be at least informative about a topic that it's talking about, should be entertaining, or should incite a discussion about something that is not being discussed before. Mm. Sometimes it's usually a combination of the three. That's what I probably mean, yeah? No? Oh. That's the thing. How are you enjoying your day anyways? You know, probably a deep dive is probably already probably done, because I mean, I don't have much anything else to say other than like anything else. Mm. Anybody want to watch with me like a bunch of like the video essay parodies, just to make just to get you to an idea of what I mean? Oh, yeah. So like, I mean, don't want to watch a fucking shredded nerd video. What the fuck? I gotta put YouTube here. Baby. Look at this fucking shit. Oh my god. Anyway, just to get you to a basic idea of what I mean, yeah, I'm going to play some videos, right? So there's some parody videos or whatever, some comedy videos, some nice comedy videos. I gotta watch them. I have my dinner and everything. Oh, it was silly.
Mom.
Oh,
I think I pissed.
Okay, the audio is working. I was just probably wondering. Yeah, anyway, whatever.
The bed.
God damn it, Timmy. Go clean yourself up. I'll just watch this random documentary on YouTube while I wait.
This person is probably the most evil man in history.
I wonder who it is.
He has done countless atrocities against mankind and is the embodiment of the devil himself. His name is Little Timmy.
Wait, that's my son.
He allegedly pissed on his bed and even took a dookie in his pants.
How does he know all this?
And worst of all, he plays Roblox instead of our sponsor Raid Shadow
Man,
Legends.
shut the fuck.
I mean, don't forget our fucking sponsors. I find it convenient Mm. I find it somewhat convenient that, like, you know, a lot of fucking content on YouTube just basically is optimized not for the audience, but optimized for, like, getting as much algorithmic fucking points as possible. Like, as much money as possible, regardless of what the audience thinks. You know, I mean, it kind of makes sense to put a Raid Shadow Legends sponsorship in it. Yeah.
Once again, I want to reiterate that the aforementioned situation is indeed crazy. Bye, everyone.
So, you watched my new video essay?
You just recorded it. Already has 4.8 million views.
What's it about?
Well, it's about how that situation, it is crazy.
What situation?
I forgot specifically, but it is crazy.
Oh, I'll get to it.
Dude, you love video essays. Why won't you ever watch mine?
No, I love listening to your unfiltered thoughts about trending.
Oh, reminds me of a particular situation. A particular YouTuber that I can have it on my watch for a little bit. Like, have you ever seen like a Parasinico video essay before? It's the epitome of fucking laziness. Okay, doesn't matter. Like fear and hunger, shit. Look at this.
AKs, but now more than likely you're going to be forced into turn-based combat, and if you don't know exactly how an enemy works through trial and error, you're going to be making a huge sacrifice in some way. That is, unless you brought
like the basic gist of like a video essay from Parasinico is just to regurgitate the gameplay basics and like the item descriptions of like a game, so inform like if it was the lore of a game. You're still feeling watch time. How long is this fucking video? Oh, hold on. Give me a minute. It's my screen is dirty. I think I'm fault. I gotta put it on the other screen. I'm not seeing this correctly. Eight fucking hours. How is it fucking 8 fucking hours? Explain to me. Explain to me. How is it 8 fucking hours? What the shit? No. The most damaging thing about these video essays, you could just boil it down to I just like the game, but a lot of the damage has been done by people like Quinton Reviews, who just put so much fluff on top of fluff, on top of fluff, on top of fluff on the video, just to make it seem like it's steepening several. It's not, okay? Happy birthday, Yellowin, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. I usually do that on the cameo or whatever, but I'll do an exception for here. I don't know. I'm basically reading all types of chatty here. So like, if I'm getting distracted by something else, just, I don't know. That's just, I don't know. That's whatever. But like, a Parasinico video essay is literally the same as a Quinton Reviews video. It just fills with like tons and tons of filler and fluff just to make it seem like it's steep. And the point is to make you passively watch it in the background on our YouTube. Yeah, the cameo and like the link in bio or whatever, the link tree. It's on link tree and it's in the link in bio anyway. But like what I was saying. The point is not to make you smarter or know something that you don't know. The point is to make you passively watch it in the background so it generates watch time, thus more money to this dude. He's just, I mean, considering like the experience with all these 2016 cyberbully commentary channels that like Parasinico and that sort of shit, it's very telling because all they're just fucking desperate for fucking money or relevance at this point. I don't know. I wouldn't fucking do that if I just really wanted fucking money. I'd make something I don't know, original, if anything. But yeah. I think, oh, I hate Cynical for this reason because any game that gets viral for some reason under his eyes is well fucking targeted for a video essay like this. And these videos essays are fucking garbage. Fucking garbage, mate. Mm. Mm. Nice. Oh. 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 Yeah. So, you know, what a lot of people hate about these days of YouTube is the idea that rather than the videos being catered to them, they feel like the intelligence is being insulted. Oh, Jesus. What the fuck? Can I appeal this? Yeah, appeal submitted. Okay, there you go. But yeah, that's the thing about it. These videos, like, I mean, they don't necessarily cater. Give me a minute. I don't know what the fuck does that mean with like the fucking restriction on TikTok or whatever. Jesus, really. I don't know. But like, they're not like I said, they're not catered to like the audience itself or anything. What they're catered to is like the algorithm itself. And that's the gigantic problem we have here with a lot of these essays and whatnot. I'm gonna be right back in 5 minutes. I'm gonna leave this in the kitchen, probably drink something else. Yeah, maybe. Yeah. I'll watch some more of those fucking garbage video essay parodies or something like that. I guess that's whatever. How long has it been on the stream? 30 minutes? 40 minutes? Yeah, 40 minutes. I'll be right back. Oh, this is ass. This, yeah, I don't. This is fucking ass. This is fucking ass. Like TikTok is just fucking being weird this time. I don't know. Even though it's still live, I mean, I get restrictions on gifting and whatnot, whatever that is. Jesus, Lloyd. What? Why the fuck is that? Hold on. Oh, Jesus. Let me check. Wait a second. Hmm. Give me a minute. I'm gonna do no. Shit, damn it. I don't see my can. I'm checking just in case hold on. Okay, give me a second. What like I don't know what the fuck is this for. No, that's not what I mean. Um, I didn't fucking do that. Oh, look at this shit, right? It says, that it's restricted for for like, taking advantage of personal needs or causes to request gifts or economic help. Man, what the fuck does that even mean? Is it like the fucking TDS thing up all or something like that? Is it like this thing here? Is it probably this? I don't know. I had no fucking clue. It might be that. Because that's coming from fucking Twitch. That's like the Twitch donation counter or whatever. You know, that's like like the donation go on Twitch. Like from Stream Elements. I don't know. That I still got like the Stream Elements on like Twitch or whatever. You know, that's whatever. But I mean, don't get all like the TikTok clips or whatever. But like, Jesus, what I cannot seem to do, and this is annoying as fuck as hell, is that I cannot access to like the live dashboard or whatever from the phone, so I can use like the fucking traffic cards or whatnot. I mean, I'm not sure if visibility is affected or whatever, but I think it's fucking annoying. Give me a minute. No. A second. Give me a minute. TikTok Studio. Okay, hold on. No, that's not it. Hold on. That's it. Okay, here maybe? Give a second. Okay, give me a minute. No. How can I use? Do I have like an inventory here or something? Hold on. Live stats. Okay, live streams. No. I'm checking, by the way, if I can use like a traffic card on TikTok. Maybe that will help, honestly. But I don't seem to find a way to use it outside of like the TikTok Live Studio stream. Hold on. Promote maybe? I don't want to promote. Maybe. Hold on. What the fuck? Okay. I guess. Hold on. Let me resisting video. Yeah. Okay. Maybe what I want. How much money do I have anyway? Jesus, right? Okay, give me a second. Give me a minute. I'm going to check the bank. Maybe I have like something here. It will help if I got some traffic on TikTok so I could redirect it to Twitch or something like that. That would be very helpful. Maybe. But I don't seem to be able to use these fucking traffic cards. Okay, 7. Okay, let's do something like that, I think. Let's see. Yeah, okay, here it goes. Wait, what the fuck? Come on. Ah. I think. Yeah, there you go. Oh, Christ. I don't remember. I Apple Store password or whatever, you know? Jesus, way. Okay. There you go. Under revision. Maybe. Yeah, okay. Maybe will probably help on TikTok or whatnot. Let's see. Oh, what the hell is this? Wait, what the shit? Okay, give me a minute. Me, what the? I'm going to check, by the way, if like it affects the viewership in here. Meanwhile, I'm going to figure out how the fuck do I use these traffic cards. Give me a minute. Okay, one. Let's see. Okay, give me a minute. Oh, hold on. Oh, okay, that makes sense. I gotta gather them first. Jesus. Okay, hold on. Okay, let's see. Can I use this one? There you go. Give me a second. Can I? What the fuck? Use. I mean, what the fuck? Doesn't let me fucking use it. I don't know. I had no fucking clue. What the fuck, man? I don't know. I think it might be already kind of a bit silly, I think. But yeah, I don't know. It's getting... I think it's probably getting viewers, but I'm not sure to what extent. Anyway. Cool. I basically watched some more of those, I guess. So hold on, give me a minute.
AKs. But now, more than likely, you're going to be
Jesus,
forced
really,
into
that's what
turn-based combat. And if you don't know exactly how an enemy works through trial and error, you're going to be making a huge sacrifice in some way.
No.
Once again, I want to
I don't want to fucking watch parasitical fucking videos. No, 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 no. Anyway, going back to this, I guess that's that. I don't. I think, I think this is probably the part where the deep dive part is over or something like that. Yeah, if that makes any logical sense. I'm gonna check, by the way, something. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. Well, no, hold on. Let's oh Jesus, sweet. I think Jesus, I think it's something fucking ridiculous, probably. All right, whatever. Let's see. Promote on. I think I got it. Panel. Okay, it hasn't been approved. It's active. So is it working or? I'm not entirely sure. I don't know. I think it might be a bit silly at this point, probably. So I'm gonna keep it as long as possible here. Yeah, anyway. So like, I don't know. The bit silly thing. It's history was taught like video essays. Just look at this.
In the age of the internet and the quickness of fame, the rise and fall of personalities is nothing short of expected. But none have ever seen a level quite like the one of this influencer, who had humble beginnings, but in a sharp shift in content, had his fame spiral out of control, ultimately leading to his downfall.
Oh.
This is the story of the hugely controversial Adolf 141269. Born on April 20th, 1889, Adolf 141269, whose real name was Adolf Hitler, lived a childhood in Austria.
It's what I probably mean with like the not saying typical words that can get you demonetized and everything. That's what happens, right? A lot of these videos tend to be guilty about this a lot of times because, I mean, they don't want to be demonetized or whatever. I heard also the news about like certain monkey economics type of channels or whatever getting entirely channels demonetized just by existing. I'm not sure why that is. I don't know. I probably will think there's an AI type of thing going on in there. But I mean, I don't know what the fuck is going on there. It's like, I don't know, probably YouTube catching up to all this monkey economics types of explanatory videos, like, so like demonetizing them all together. I mean, I don't know. I have no fucking clue, I guess. I don't know. It's just whatever. But I guess. I don't know. I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna sit there. I'm not gonna sit there watching like this sort of stuff. Okay, like I mean, I don't like shit nerd, but I think it's pretty essential to watch something like this, if anything, because I mean, you can blame an entire generation on anything, but I think you can notice some patterns in somewhere or something. I don't know if this relates to video essays or anything. I gotta check.
I've noticed a trend in writing. It seems to be getting more common over time. It's a certain type of writing that I'm trying to describe. The best term I can think of to call it is millennial writing. You'll find out why. Okay, imagine this. You know those tweets that are like, capitalism low-key killed our vibe and gaslit us into being okay with our bosses and landlords taking our excess value? And then it has like 250,000 likes. I'm more so just referring to the Twitter style of speaking, the tone and affectation and vocabulary. Now, have you noticed this style of writing in modern games? I'll go through some examples to shed further light. Remember the cringe Saints Row reboot or new Tales from the Borderlands? There is undeniably a certain style here. By the way, I'm using footage with credit from YouTube for these, all within fair use.
And maybe it's because like a lot of these games are usually written by people, 40-year-old business people in suits or whatever. I found that particularly usual in like these types of fucking games in a way, but I don't know, no big deal. What the fuck is this?
I guess I need to find the hot trends happening right now for my next video. It seems like the Roblox YouTuber GrandBall419 is going through some controversial issues. Then, I should make a video about this.
Oh, I'm bored. I'm gonna watch YouTube. Huh? What is this video? Satisfying downfall of GrandBall419? As a fan of GrandBall419, I can't skip this.
GrandFall419, a famous Roblox YouTuber, is recently being cancelled. Just like...
Oh, Jesus. That's the thing about drama video essays or video essays related to fucking meta drama on platforms like these that I fucking despise. It's like, most of it could be basically a Kiwi Farms thread. Most of it could be a fucking Kiwi Farms thread or something. Because of like the substance is null. The substance is none. Absolutely non-existent. You know? I mean, yeah. Okay. What is this video though?
Hi, I'm a person you've probably never seen before holding a random object as though it were a microphone because it's quirky and unique, and also I don't know what to do with my hands. I'm asking a sort of vague but also kind of smart sounding question that includes the words nuance, society, and insert adjective culture. I'm 20 years old, this is my only form of employment, and yes, this video is sponsored by Squarespace. No, but seriously, this video is brought to you by Squarespace. Thank you, Squarespace. Now, let's talk about some stuff that I took a total of 30 minutes to Google. Disclaimer for the rest of this video, I may or may not use the term video essayist, commentary, and drama channels kind of interchangeably. I know they're not exactly the same things, but they kind of are, so I'm just gonna do it, and if I make that mistake, leave me alone, alright? I don't want to hear about, well, technically it's not the same thing, this is the only thing I have in my life. I don't want to hear it. You can write it in the comment section, I'm not gonna read it. Now, it may be most appropriate to start this video by explaining, well, what is an essay in the first place? And if this were some ordinary video essay, I might start by giving you a boring definition from Webster's or Wikipedia. No, I'm different. And so instead, we will be taking a definition from a random PDF brought to you by the University of Evansville. Why not? It says an essay is a piece of writing that is written to convince someone...
University of Evansville. Oh, Jesus. I remember doing this back in the day when I did a sort of shit, right? I'm guilty of this to some degree. I think, especially because when I do research on something, you know, I picked, like, a Google result random PDF or something. Like, what I did on, like, the anti-Semitism video that I did, like, a while ago. Ages ago, even. I did pick some random page from the ADL, and then like some random PDF from like a Jewish organization somewhere, I guess. I'm not sure. But I think that's the thing, you know, like, you want to be different. Oh, you want to pick a random PDF from the University of Toronto or something, whatever that is. You know, it's like super pedantic at this point. It's incredibly super pedantic at this point. And that's why I tend to hate these sorts of things, especially. You know, that's the thing. Jesus, Lee.
One of something, or simply to inform the reader about a particular topic. Now, I know what you're thinking. Isn't that the definition of pretty much all written text ever? As far as I can tell, yeah. But that's the thing. Essays don't really have a hard and formal definition. They can kind of be anything if you justify it enough. They can cover a large array of writing styles and formats and ideas. For our purposes, let's make it something that we can all relate to. 5-paragraph essays that we used to write in school. Imagine it's like those. You remember? All those assignments you used to get in English class where you had to spend 3 pages answering a question that could have been done in 3 sentences and just a little bit of common sense. So it's like that, but stretched out over 30 minutes with a titillating subject matter, such as the upsetting backstory of Cats the Musical or Pants. What's up with those? They all have at their core an introduction, both explaining what the video is about, but also giving you a window into the kind of style that their videos have. Body paragraphs making an argument, explaining their viewpoint or giving backstory to a situation. And they all usually have some sort of resolution, summary, call to action, high five free.
I think the burger analogy is very right here, because a lot of burgers usually tend to rely on fat to make it a little bit tastier for the general public. Well, it's basically empty calories, but it's a lot of fat that makes it tastier or something. It's like McDonald's in some way or another.
Freeze frame moment at the end just kind of wraps it all up. And again, like a literal essay, that is a very vague definition because again, video essays can essentially be anything you want them to be. Whether you're sitting down looking at one camera the entire time, whether it's an elaborate display full of costumes and scene changes and transitions, or whether it's like whatever this is, where I just make one script and then cut it up into different sections of my house so it feels more dynamic. And it can be about literally anything, ranging from academia to comic books to politics to trending topics, instruments, sports, race, movies from the mid-2000s, anything your mind can dream of. There's so much to be found in the wonderful world of video essays. You said it. Join us, it's fun. Whoa! Okay, so we know what it is. What's the problem? The 5-paragraph essay model is only the surface of what makes a video essay. If you really want to get deeper into the art, you have to consider the 3 dimensions: length, width, and depth. And by width, I actually mean topic choice. They don't relate at all. I just really wanted to keep with the whole 3 dimensions theme. I thought it was really clever when I was writing this, but it doesn't really work out unless I explain this bit. So I'm just gonna cut myself off and then we're gonna get into the rest of the part. I'm very grateful I don't get this problem in my feed, but there is definitely a problem of people who make videos long for the sake of being long videos. 40 unedited minutes of an incoherent speech that you made impromptu in your car. And yet it still gets views? How? There's something about filibustering during a video that somehow makes it more enticing. It just feels more authoritative. I don't know how to explain it. You just assume that there's more information in here. It's the difference between looking at a thin textbook and a thick textbook. Am I actually gonna read either one of them? Absolutely not. But I'd like to know that if I had to pick one and I picked the thicker one, it has more things in it, so I would know more. To clarify, I'm not going.
It's some sort of like the pantry present in like human psychology in some way or another, and it fucking sucks. It just fucking sucks because I think at this point, why he's pretending to be smart for the sake of pretending to be smart. Why the fuck will you do that? It's basically ego boosters for nothing, and that's what I possibly mean with all this sort of shit. You know, like. Basic gist of it, it's all this just basically to stroke your ego. Like I said, most of this video essays just basically says to not just stroke their own ego, but stroke the viewer's ego in some way or another. It's a form of flattery in some way or another.
To read it, but I'd like to know that I could and I would be smarter. No, instead I would be learning the subject by watching YouTube videos that were all recorded in 2007 for some reason and no additions have been made since. Side note, if you're a STEM major, you know the feeling of starting out your initial classes and all of the YouTube videos about the subject are like animated and professionally voiced over. There's a crash course class on it. Wow! But then as you get further in your studies, you get less of those videos and all that's left is just random dudes in their basement with nothing but a chalkboard recording on a toaster made 14 years ago with 7 views total. And you can't help but think to yourself, 1, I'm not passing this test, but also 2, Wow, I've come a long way, haven't I? But yeah, the book thing. I'd like to think that if I was going to read it, again, I'm not, but if I did, there would be more information in it. It's longer, so it has to be smarter and better. Of course it does. That's how numbers work. Secondly, I've come to appreciate that most people, once they're like 5 minutes into a video, they don't really care if it's great anymore. Like, they're probably not gonna click off. They're already invested. They may as well stay. As long as it doesn't get severely worse, they'll probably keep watching. Like, most people leave a video within the first 30 seconds. Once you've got to the 5-minute mark, you may as well just stick it out at that point. It's kind of what I imagine love to be. Like, in the beginning, you had to wow me, but like now, we're already so deep into this. Just don't be terrible and I'll stay. There's something really satisfying about being able to watch one 90-minute video as opposed to 10 9-minute videos, because you don't have to go through like the normal format things 10 times in a row. Like, I don't have to sit through 10 intros and 10 outros and get used to 10 different personalities and sit through 10 ad reads. I can just stick to one and be committed to that person for the next hour and a half of my life. Like, it's one continuous narrative. I get to see how they develop it from start to finish. No interruptions, no multiple ad breaks. It works. Plus, the more you do this, and this isn't necessarily a good thing, but the more you're able to stick with just one person in your allotted time, the more of a parasocial relationship you can grow with them. Is that good? Probably not. Is it good for me? Kind of, yeah. It's like the more time we spend just talking to one another as opposed to you seeing me and then seeing somebody else and then seeing somebody else within that same period of time, we feel as though we're closer. Do we know each other? No. But we can pretend that we do. So I don't mind videos that can be like the length of an entire workday. Have you seen Quentin Review's videos? My lord. I'm not mad at videos that are long with a purpose. Just have a purpose, all right? Don't record an hour and 20 minutes worth of just talking in a car because you don't want to write things down. You just want it to be unscripted because you're so real like that. You don't need a script. Yes, you do. Please use one, at least an outline, man. We need to try to hop on trends and
I guess
trending topics as quickly as possible, because that is the best way of getting traction with the algorithm. For example, my first video to ever find any sort of success is definitely my old AI video about when ChatGPT first dropped. I remember seeing what ChatGPT was for the first time, thinking, oh, this is gold. And so I immediately started working on the video, writing, filming, editing. The whole time I was like, yeah, this is it. This is the one. This is gonna do it. And at the time, it probably got like 2,000 views max, which is not that much. But at the time, I was ecstatic, because I think I was only averaging like 150 views total on videos that I would spend weeks on. So seeing that, what's that, like a 2,000%? I'm an engineering major. I should know this number. 150. That is a 1,300% increase. I did that all by myself. We're gonna cut that together better. That is a 1,300%.
I'm probably wondering as well, how the fuck would my PlayStation start video to a second. Okay, let me check here. 888 views. I mean, to be frank, it's a 31-minute video. It could be a 2-hour video or something, but if anything, what's wrong here? You know, the click-through rate might be somewhat... Yeah, click-through rate is below 4%. It's not getting recommended anymore, you know? That's the problem here. It's a bit silly at this point. You know, that's whatever.
Increase. That's insane. I did that all by myself. And so it taught me that you need to do trending topics. Do what the people are already talking about, and then maybe they'll pay attention to you, maybe. And so it sucks, but if you want to call this thing an art, you can't fully be artists with it, because in some way, shape, or form, you're always going to be bound by an algorithm or a trending topic or monetization or a sponsor deadline. This is part of the medium. These are the boundaries that unfortunately you have.
What I like to say about this is that YouTube, you're in fucking YouTube. This is like a fast food joint. It doesn't matter if it's Arby's or if it's fucking In and Out, right? The problem is, it's about you still getting fat. A fucking gold leaf on my fucking Big Mac is not gonna make any fucking difference whatsoever. It's gonna be treated like the same. It's a fast food joint. No, that's the point. Like, people keep telling me at some degree that YouTube is fucking worthless for academic purposes. That you want to wonder why. You want to wonder why it's like that at this point. Wonder why, right? Because everything that gets posted on YouTube at some point is gets treated as easy entertainment, as easy to consume content instead of intellectual content. You know, that's why you see shit like Mr. Beast. I know, fucking Turkey Tom, Parsonical, No Fuckers, Leafy, that's her shit, garbage shit. You know, that's why you tend to see it all the fucking time. You know.
Have to work with it. And this is the part where I can easily say,
Oh no, but money is evil. I make art for art. I don't want income.
I do. I want to be able to live off this. I'm sorry. Is that a crime? Every art form, every medium has its limitations.
The main reason why everyone, like in myself included, wants to live off of this is because, I mean, the system is a little bit designed to, you know, need money for literally everything. And that's the problem here. You can't go anywhere without money. You know? That's the gigantic problem we got here. Oh, no, where's the culture? There you go.
And when it comes to whatever this is, monetization, algorithms, and sponsorship deadlines are your limitations. And so, with that being said, now would probably be the most optimal time to... Sometimes a simple reflection brings it back to where it all begun. Square One. Brought to you by Squarespace. Hello, and welcome back to Square One, the advice show where we keep things simple by getting back to the basics. This week, now am I saying that you can only do the trending topics and what everybody is talking about? No, of course not. That's boring. Because sometimes you will wake up with the most random and most niche ideas that only you will care about, but sometimes it's just so good you have to do it anyway. Like, for example, the hearing loss video that I made it not because I saw somebody else do it and it went really well, or because all of a sudden people were really concerned about ear health. It's because one day I got a notification saying, hey, turn your music down, and I was like, huh. And then 3 to 4 weeks later, it was finished and uploaded, and now it has nearly 1 million views, which is crazy. That's crazy. A stupid idea that I thought only I would genuinely be interested in. I was able to create it in a way that drew nearly 1 million people to like it. And I love reading the comments under that video because it's a bunch of people saying, oh, I turned the video down to a lesser volume as I kept watching, and oh my gosh, I can't believe you made me care about something like this. That's awesome. I love that. And so those days where I wake up with such a stupid but also kind of very interesting idea, those days are fun, especially when that video performs well. But not every day is one of those days. I'm sorry. I don't always hit.
Ow.
Some days I'm not particularly inspired by anything, and so I still have to make a video, so I just go in the notes app on my phone with like 50 video ideas just in case that happens. I can't help but feel like I'm too lazy when it comes to these videos. Like, I constantly feel that I am both not working hard enough, but also working.
Why it's like the Instagram live stream pause or whatever? I don't get it. Doesn't really nothing barely works here, I guess. So there's that. Holy fucking shit. Jesus.
Too much on these, and I'm never happy about it. On the one hand, I'll be researching something way too in depth, and I realize that, but I'm like, nah, I just need to get to the bottom of this. And I can't help but think, man, somebody else doing this, they'd be able to do it way faster than me. I'm so inefficient. I'm so bad at this. Then if I do the exact opposite thing, I'll also get mad at myself. Man, this research is so basic and so surface level. I'm sure that
I'm not streaming on Instagram for some reason. I think that's streaming to both TikTok and restreaming to both TikTok and Instagram might be fucking useless at this point. I don't know. Maybe that's a personal opinion or something, but it doesn't quite work well at this point.
That somebody else could be able to make a much better video on it, could be much more in depth, it could have much better jokes. They should just take my job. I'll give them my channel password. I suck at this. Case in point, for my sleep video, I spent an unreasonable amount of time trying to explain the simplest thing. I knew that it was a very simple concept, but like, no, that's not true. It's not that it was simple, it was that when you're researching, you kind of get into this thing where you don't want to completely just steal the quote from an article. You want to understand what the quote means so you can apply it to something else, but that's a really hard thing to do if you don't like have a deep understanding of the subject. So, for example, imagine I'm an alien and I read a paper that said the Earth's sky is blue. Cool. Now, for this convoluted example, let's imagine that I'm writing a paper explaining why Earth is the perfect vacation spot, and I'm saying that the Earth's sky is always blue. Well, technically, the article didn't say that it was always blue, it just said that it is blue. That implies that it's always blue, but is that true? So then me, the alien in this illustration, I'm Googling on whatever the alien equivalent of Google is, and then I look into it again and I realize, well, technically the sky can be orange during sunset, but for the most part it is blue. But then again, alien me, I'm going back and saying, yes, so the Earth's sky can be orange or blue. Well, true, but that implies that it's either orange or blue all the time, like there's no spectrum in between. And also, what does that say about how frequently it is orange and how frequently it is blue? So then I again go to the alien Google equivalent and I look into it a little bit more, and it turns out that it can be a bit of a spectrum.
I mean, when researching for a typical video essay like this, it takes enormous time. Like I said, nobody takes time to read a book or whatever because of the constraints the algorithms of these platforms create. Like the monetization, like the frequency of uploads, like the sponsorship deadlines. You all set by boundaries that constrain yourself into like making fucking shit. Yeah, you're just making fucking shit, basically.
Of colors in the sky because of how like light rays work in our atmosphere, but for the most part you can say that it's mostly blue and that it can kind of have like an orange pinkish hue during sunlight hours. Then again, me, alien, Earth vacation spot, great. I'm saying that most of the time it's blue, but also can have hues of pink and orange, and also, well, yellow might be in there. What? Okay, now I gotta go back to the research. And then 5 hours later, me as an alien, I'm just gonna end up saying whatever the first article said. The sky is blue. Could have said that in the beginning, should have said that in the beginning, but now it is 11 p.m. and I'm tired. Please tell me that was a good explanation. I don't know how else to describe it. It happens every time I'm writing a script. So like with the sleep video thing, right? I'd read a paragraph explaining how sleep works, and then I try and rewrite that paragraph to help my argument. But then, like, technically the way I rewrote it isn't exactly accurate, so I need to read like 5 other articles to.
I think the best way to explain it is that everyone is basically trying to like do fucking intellectual fencing to fill all the gaps in here and seem more smarter than they actually are. I mean, that's the fucking damage the debate landscape of today has done to like the modern intellectual space in anything, really. And you don't need to be like this. You don't a piece of good writing can leave gaps so it leaves up to the viewer's imagination and whatnot. So that's a sign of good writing. You know, the less you have to explain something, the more like gaps do we feel to let the viewer feel free to explore by themselves, or so like so like fill the gaps themselves. It's better writing in all honesty, because I mean. It works better for like any game that makes you ponder about things or something, you know. It's better that way because a lot of interactive media or like even YouTube videos are supposed to like tell stories in a way that leaves gaps. So like it's more the audience engages in more intellectually with it, you know. But nowadays, like I don't know if you can blame like the TikTok attention spans or whatever, but I think everyone is fucking dumb, but they need like everything regurgitated entirely, all chewed up, all explained, no gaps left around. So like, because this obsession of like, one-upping one another. I guess you'll understand what I mean here.
Confirm that what I think is true is actually what's happening. And in the end, it ends up being a 4-minute part of a 29-minute video. I didn't need to spend all that much time on that. It's a constant struggle of I'm not doing enough, and also I'm doing way too much. I suck at this job. I'm going to quit. I'm not actually gonna quit, but I think thinking that I'm gonna quit is a good motivator to do better on videos. It's not a great cycle, but here we are. I often find myself annoyed with all informational videos in general, but specifically video essays talking about a broad concept, because they get so surface level. You know, it's not even totally their fault. It's like you start an idea thinking, wow, I'm gonna talk about.
Do you guys remember Illuminati? Yeah, Illuminati is basically like that. Regurgitated surface level shit from, I don't know, Wikipedia or articles, news articles, or like pre-existing YouTube videos or whatever. So like, it's basically easy content, right? All like the personality that involves that type of shit is the kind of person who basically will do anything and everything to get famous on a platform, right? Like previously, Blair Illuminati was doing like storytime videos because those were popular back then, right? Then she pivoted out to reaction videos, Reddit reaction videos, because those were very popular. And when video essays were getting popular, she pivoted to those because they were that being said popular. It's like, what do you say? Like, it's a bit of clout chasing in some way, which I find it pretty fucking pathetic, if anything. I'm sorry if this sounds like a controversial opinion, but I found like basic ass clout chasing like that very fucking pathetic. And anything that reminds me of personal gain, like just basically for this for like this simple goal of like earning money for nothing, or like boosting your ego for nothing above anybody else, like pretending like you're above everyone else. It's just pathetic. It's just like, I don't know, fucking gremlin behavior. It's like fucking ogre behavior, you know? It's like fucking disgusting behavior. And I don't fucking tolerate that. Like that sort of egotistical fucking obsession with like me better than everyone else is disgusting to me, because I've been hunting down narcissists like that for ages on this YouTube platform or whatever. It's the same fucking shit every time. Like, you know, like I said, AI, slop preceded AI, narcissist preceded AI. That's her shit. You know, like this sort of shit is to speak even in like prehistoric internet times, you know? Huge fucking massive egos who are uncontested beyond anything, who are like thinking they're above everyone else because they just, you know, have more followers than you or something like that, right? I find it incredibly fucking pathetic.
About the wacky world of paper straws. Whoa! But then as you write it, it's like, it's not as in-depth and interesting as you thought it would be, but you have spent 2 weeks on this. I'm not stopping. But that's for unique ideas. What about ideas that are based on things that are trending and topical and literally everybody's making a video about this? It's just a regurgitation of the same information, just in like slightly different fonts. It goes the same way every single time. Somebody has a dumb take or does something dumb on TikTok, and then we all look at it and we go, wow, that's dumb. And then from there, the TikTok reactors make videos about it, and then from there, the TikTok sketch creators make sketches about it, and then from there, it imports.
Wasn't like this one more guy talking about something like this? Like, you know, the whole food chain of content on YouTube, you know? That's like, I don't know, video essays, that like this reaction videos, that sort of shit, you know? It's all fucking garbage down here. Fuck it. I don't know. I'll die on this hill. But I think Hassan Piker has done a lot of fucking damage to the fucking content creation ecosystem. And people like him as well, too. Fuck these people.
It's to YouTube where all the reaction, commentary, and video essay people start to see it. And then they're basing their opinions primarily on what people have already said. I'm not saying they're doing it on purpose, but once you've seen a video with 70 different takes on it, like, those opinions are going to color your opinions. And so it just ends up being like 100 people more or less saying the same thing and having the same reaction.
That you find like a little bit fucking annoying that you always get, your brain always gets contaminated with fucking noise all the time from all these content creators just grabbing their shitty opinions all together into your brain, because you don't have an opinion of your own, basically. You just basically, I mean, nobody has, but I mean, if you're gonna base your entire opinion off like content creators, fuck off. I don't know. But lately what I do is base my fucking opinion on what I see in reality from people close to me. That's it. There's no other way around it. I think the most gullible thing to do is just base your opinion on some parasocial relationship you have on the fucking internet. It's like fucking garbo shit. You know?
They can do it in their own specific way, and I still can find enjoyment in it from time to time, but sometimes it just gets so formulaic. It just goes to show that no matter what we try to do or try to tell ourselves, oftentimes this format is not primarily meant to be educational. Look, I'm sorry. I know that you used a quote from Aristotle to open your video, but it's not, this isn't for learning, really. I don't think that's a bad thing. I want to be entertained. You want to be entertained. That's why we watch them. We're not totally paying attention to this. For most people watching video essays, most of them really aren't paying attention that much. Case in point, don't rewind. What was I talking about 2 minutes ago?
Oh shit! Minutes ago, I think it was something like you know, like historical quote, like. Oh, I don't know.
Wow.
Fuck.
The format of video essays is shaped by the simple fact that there are so many of them. Like, we have to find out what the norms are that we have to adapt, but we also have to find out ways that we can stand out from the crowd. And one of the ways you can try and do that is to kind of take yourself a little bit more seriously. This isn't just for fun times, we're here to learn. I quoted Aristotle earlier. I report facts on camera. I'm a reporter. No, you're a pudgy high school student recording subpar essays in your basement. I know this because I was you. You are me. We're the same person. Sometimes you're writing the script for a video and you can't help but think to yourself, wow, this is so in depth. I'm so freaking smart. I'm reading peer-reviewed studies.
It's all fucking ego boost, like I fucking said. It's all fucking ego boost. You know? These fucking types of content exist to like fucking, what's the fucking word? Like, fucking, flatter you in a way that you make yourself feel smarter than you actually are, and like the content creator feels actually smarter than they actually are. It's the same shit. It's literally the same shit than pirate software or Sargon of Akkad. People who think they are smarter than they actually are and like to inflate themselves into these huge smart personalities that are always right about everything, and everyone else is wrong about everything. They're like, it's like coughing their own farts, getting their heads far up their ass. That type of shit, anyway.
I have pages of notes. I watch a bunch of other videos of people in the same subject and they're all idiots. I know exactly why each one of them sucks. I'm gonna be different. I'm gonna stand out. Everyone's gonna look at me and think, wow, this is the best video as I've ever seen on the topic of Beanie Babies in the 2008 housing crisis. But then, like, between all the rewriting and mistakes during filming and laziness during editing, by the time you get to the final product, it is so much more generic than you thought it would be. I assure, like, every time I'm making a video, this is exactly how it goes for me. The current rate of progression on AI technologies and its prevalence is revealing how many feel about the role of art in society. Its value is not simply in its existence, but in everything that led up to the moment of its creation. Yeah, that's perfect. That's a great line. I'm not gonna say all that. The way AI art is developing is showing that many people don't value the real work and passion of real artists. No, we're gonna cut that up a little bit. At this rate, AI is showing that people don't care about actual art. Sure. AI art is bad. That's not what I said. I agree with that.
It takes like a whole lot of a process to edit something that's an easily digestible product that challenges no one. That's the problem here.
When it comes to the vibe of a video, how it feels, the atmosphere, I think it really depends a lot on the attitude of the person making it and also the subject matter. In general, I don't like making videos where I'm bashing an individual. I like to make videos about institutions and concepts because, one, concepts can't sue me for defamation, but also I don't think it's very nice or necessary to make entire critiques of one person based on one thing they did. Now, do I on occasion look at videos of dumb people doing dumb things on the internet and laugh to myself? Sure, who doesn't? That's very normal. Now, do I then go out of my way to make a full-on assessment of that person based on a 30-second video that...
Alright, take this. I see like tons of fucking shitty people on this platform doing like video. Take me, for instance, right? Like the subject matter is me, right? Someone might go, basically making an entire video based entirely on the one thing I do, being a Nazi and eating poop, or something like that. And like, but doing the entire video like that. That's the only 2 points there are about me that basically compose somehow my entire personality. You know, it's fucking lazy. It could be boiled down to some regular fucking drama video, but don't fucking call it a video essay. No, don't. Stop.
That I will then share to an audience of possibly millions of people? No. Partially because I don't yet have an audience of millions of people, but we're working on that. But also because why would I do that? There's a non-zero chance that one day somebody will meet me in person, or they'll hear something about me, and then they'll try and make an expose or whatever, and they'll try and turn people against me or something like that. I don't know. And let's clarify, I'm not talking about like crimes or abuse or anything like that. That's insane. I'm talking about like, oh, I met him at the mall and he didn't say hi back to me. I didn't like that. Like that type of thing. I am not a danger to society. I promise you, you're safe. I just mean that if I'm being reasonable, there are scenarios in life from even years ago, or maybe even just a few weeks ago, where I can look back and be like, yeah, I was kind of a jerk there. Was it like insanely bad? No, but if that person told that story one-sidedly to an audience of millions of people, would I look bad?
Yes.
Yeah, probably. But does that mean that at my core, I am a bad person and I'm no longer deserving of being able to make an income on the internet? I would like to think that it doesn't. And that is exactly what I try and keep in mind when considering whether or not to make a video topic based on an individual. I don't know them. And it's one thing to watch a video about them privately and go, haha, what a dum-dum. It's another thing to make a 20-minute expose on that person. That is wild to me. I'm not saying that no one should be criticized online and that, yeah, we all make mistakes. So what if he's not allowed within 200 feet of an elementary school? No. That is not the moral of this story. I just feel that in the commentary and video essay community, it is very easy to tear down a person limb from limb for doing something that isn't illegal or dangerous. It's just maybe a little bit socially taboo, but we can move on, but we won't, but we could.
My life in the Instagram comments. Like, a lot of people have faced me on this too. Like, a lot of people turn me limb to limb because of something that wouldn't be illegal if we look at it, or it's just probably socially taboo or maybe cringe to them, you know, which isn't illegal, but I mean it's not bad. It's not bad, you know. It's not like you're sexually assaulting someone. It's not like, I don't know, you're killing someone. It's not like, I don't know, you're fucking doing something illegal, technically speaking. People like do tend to put internet personalities either in black or white. Like, there's no in between. There's no shades of gray for them. Either one person is literally fucking Adolf fucking Hitler, or either it's like a fucking angel. Doesn't matter, like, the entire shades of gray in between. Like, they're worthless. What matters is like the hyperbole of things, of like the entire internet personality thing. And like a lot of people like to tear down these sorts of types of negative, extremely negative things in internet personalities as well, because I mean it's what generates engagement. It's rage bait, as they say, you know. Like it makes engagement from all the enraged people looking at it. Like, it works in a financial sense. It works, you know.
It's a mostly normal person having a bad day, or just like didn't think things 100% through, and then from that 20-second clip, it will be immortalized forever, and they now have to explain that to their boss and coworkers. Sometimes I do think it's warranted, but again, I think that privately at home, and don't add to the stockpile of criticism. I feel like what's already out there is more than enough. It's not that bad. It's fine. Leave them alone. The creator sets the standard for the audience that they cultivate. If your whole thing is making videos talking about how everyone is dumb and the internet is stupid, and anytime somebody makes a mistake, we should key their cars and make them suffer some sort of identity fraud, then when you inevitably do something dumb and somebody was just so happening to record it, or they were somebody with an audience, or they just so happened to make a video that somehow got picked up, if any of those things happen, what's gonna happen to you? Because you have spent months and years developing a personality of I just tell it how it is, and judging people all the time with no sort of mercy or some sort of benefit of the doubt. If that's who you were, the people you drew, your audience, they're the exact same way. So when it happens to you, they will never let you live it down. You will be destroyed by the very thing you created. It's poetic, and sometimes it can be very satisfying. I won't lie, I've seen it happen a few times. But again, did I make a 20-minute video talking about the downfall of XYZ? No! I laughed about it privately at home, and it stayed there. And that is exactly why I am hesitant to treat individuals exactly like that. Because I don't want that to be me.
It makes sense. Kind of makes sense. I mean, maybe I'm guilty of this to some degree, right? But you are, or your audience is what you basically are at this point. That's the point, I think.
One thing that's for sure is that the video essay is never about cold, hard answers. Because if you just wanted the answer, you would have Googled it. Like, if you really wanted to know pants, what's up with that? I'm sure there is some sort of Google article about it. They're more about the journey of getting the answer, and along the way to the answer to that one question, you may gather even more questions. Is it an annoying flaw, or is it an endearing feature? Who's to say? See, that's an open-ended question with no real answer. I just did it again. It's very easy to do in this format. So we're asking questions, we're having discussions. Half my job is to trick you into getting sucked into an educational discussion. I do it all the time. It's almost like I'm sneaking a lesson in your mind. Like, we start dumb, and then we end dumb, but there's also like a little sprinkling of facts in the middle there. Like, if you really think about it, that's what happens every time. The emoji video was just a video about language over time. The Vine Boom video was just a video about humor over time, and the I hate self-help videos was really just a self-help video. I lied to you, I'm sorry. I think that's part of the fun. I think it's nice to think that we've shared a laugh and a lesson within 20 to 30 minutes, and we all had a good time. It's very nice to know that, again, a dumb idea I had on a random Tuesday afternoon and was able to dedicate 3 or 4 weeks of work on. I uploaded it, and then somehow it had an impact on somebody sitting halfway across the world. No matter how dumb or inconsequential that impact was, to think that I got somebody to turn their volume down or go to sleep a little bit earlier than they were planning to is a nice thought. With that being said, let me tell you something. If you ever inform me that any of your teachers like played my videos in one of your classrooms, I will cry tears of joy. If your high school teacher plays it for the class and you record it and then you send me that recording, I will cry on camera. They may not be real tears because I don't know if I could cause myself to cry on command, but I'll make it happen. I know this has the cadence of a joke, but there are very few times I've been this serious in my entire life. So funny thing, I actually wrote that like a while ago, but recently my younger cousin told me that one of her teachers played my video in her class. If I remember, I'm pretty sure it was a social media video. She texted me about it and it made my day. She also informed me that she tried to explain that we were cousins to everyone and they didn't believe her. She wasn't lying.
I mean, yes. I'm not saying all video essays are like fucking crap this way. I mean, whatever. I mean, I think it's, I can agree on this guy a little bit more. It's about the journey rather than the destination. And I think it's more like, the effort of like the sort of like, storytelling in there that makes it evident. But I think a lot of the flaws in writing that a lot of people have are pretty present in like video essays as well. Because, I mean, it's not about like fucking filling all the gaps in this sort of like a intellectual fencing where like you're proving yourself to be smarter than everyone else. Not like, no, you don't need to do that. All you need to do is create good storytelling. At the end of the day, YouTube is about entertainment at some degree. And I like to think like that in some way or another. And like, yeah, it makes sense, you know? But, like, you know, don't treat YouTube like it's an intellectual heavyweight, please. It's silly. It's not for intellectual or, like, academic purposes. It's just entertainment shit. That's the thing about it, you know? That's just about it, you know? That's why this is a whole info dump about why video essays lately suck. And you gotta consider also the influence AI has on it, because, I mean, who would love to write an entire video essay with ChatGPT? No, it's garbo, you know? But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. This has been like an interesting journey of about 1 hour 36 minutes into the video essay territory, you know? Well, with some little bit of food in between, maybe something like that. And I enjoy it at least. You know, that's what matters. Anyway, I'm gonna see you actually next Friday next week. So, hope you stay tuned on that. You know, I hope I can convince you enough to stay tuned for that. And I'll see you then. Smell you later, Gator.